I'll do it today. You want to use Monday the first five yet?
Not yet. We're still getting a feel for our guys, but I can tell you it's been really competitive. It's been fun to watch, and we probably won't make that decision until just leading right before the game. So we want to give myself some, give our staff some time and space to be able to see who we want to go with. But all of our guys have been playing hard and playing together.
Hey, what are some things you've been emphasizing to Jackson? Just first few days of training camp. Just here's how you can add value this season and help.
Yeah, just his ability to block shots on the defensive end, offensively, screening angles, diving. When he dives, it creates havoc for the defense and then opens up the floor for our shooters. And he's been all over the place in a good way, with his energy, with his length, talking on defense, communicating. I think Jackson is going to be huge for us this season.
What do you think of his shooting? I know it was something that he started to kind of incorporate into his game last year. He says he feels more free shooting it this year. What have you seen from him on that end?
Well, he's definitely worked on it. You can tell he practiced with us in Summer League. He shot it a little bit, and then when we came back to Nashville, he made some huge steps. So he'll have some opportunities to set screens and pop. Right now he's doing a little bit of both, more diving than popping, but he will have some opportunities to knock that down.
And just in terms of that ability to dive to the rim, go up and catch it and throw it down. I mean, is that been around the league for a long time? Is that pretty special? What he's got there?
Oh, for sure. It's a huge weapon to have. Someone like Jackson, who's 7 feet, runs like a guard, set screens, and you can throw it to the moon. He can go get it. And then for the defense, it's hard to stop a guy like him, and what it does, it opens up Trey, it opens up Najee, B.I., and all of those guys along the perimeter.
Coach, how great is it to see the intensity that guys are playing with, taking charge of diving after these balls here in training camp?
It's great. It's what we want. It's who we need to be in order to compete at a high level. The NBA is a tough league. It's some really tough teams, but I think we're going to be right there in the mix. We're talking to our guys early about how important it is every day to come in with a competitive mindset and win the day. For the most part, they've been doing that.
Coach, it seems like for a few years around the league, teams that kept other teams from getting to the rim were the most successful at defense, even if that meant giving up a lot of threes. Last year, it seemed like that trend kind of reversed a little bit. Teams who were able to run teams off the three-point line were a little bit more successful. Curious what your thoughts are on that balance and what you look from this team when it comes to Monday and then the rest of the season.
No, I think you're right. Protecting the paint is going to be huge. It's huge because if teams get into the paint, number one, they can get to the basket, they get to the free throw line, and they kick out for threes. We're definitely putting a big emphasis on that. And then you got to be able to make adjustments. There are certain teams that shoot the lights out, and you got to run those guys off the three-point line. And we're using the terminology, close out to their feet. Make them put it on the floor. Now your help side defense should be there. But in the way the league is now, you have to make adjustments game by game, and your defense has to be in good shape in order to do that.
Jackson was talking about how you guys are staying in drop a little more. Do you feel like that helps the team stay out of rotation more? It helps people stay closer to shooters and not unnecessarily run across the floor?
Yeah, it does. It does. Jackson's one of his weapons and ability is to be able to protect the basket. So having him up in pick and rolls puts a ton of pressure once the offensive big dives. Now we got guards in there helping, so we want to keep him back, keep Jonas back, Hernan Gomez, and then we want to use groups that can red or switch 1 through 5, especially during late game situations.
Willie, can you talk a little bit about what the focus was today? And in general, could you talk about where this team is currently? We're almost through a week. Have they met your expectations a little bit further along, a little bit behind? How ready are you guys going to be for the first game Monday?
Well, I think I'm proud of the guys coming in and having energy every game, every practice. That's hard to do in training camp, especially with two-a-days. They're further along than we thought they were, especially with playing connected, moving the ball, paint to great, good to great. And then we just got guys that compete at a high level. And I think that gives us a chance, gives us an opportunity to play against and compete against the best teams in the league.
Do you feel pretty prepared that these guys know what they should be doing on Monday, offensively, defensively, anything you've put in recently?
Yeah, I think we're we're in good shape right now. We'll see against Minnesota, but I like what the guys are doing. I like what we're doing offensively, defensively. Once again, we're getting out, playing with pace. We're sharing the basketball. Defensively, we're climbing in the guys. We're being aggressive. We have to be a tough team defensively, and that's our mindset going into Monday's game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.